Hello, Herd, and welcome to another episode of the Herd Main Show. I'm your Herd Leader, John Wayne.
And I'm your Herd Mom, Megan.
And this week, it's not been that long since we posted an episode.
Yeah.
But here we are yet again, and we are here to talk some Star Wars. Specifically,
bringing back the 90s.
Specifically some Episode 9 Star Wars.
Yeah.
Our last episode, we talked about everything but Episode 9 D23 news, and so now, obviously, we're talking about the only thing left over, which is Episode 9 D23 news. And boy, howdy.
Howdy.
Obviously, we're going to have a couple of other notes of news and whatnot before we get into the big topic, but we've got everything from leaked Lego sets to a trailer, sort of, or scissor reel, or just footage. I don't know what to call it, but it gives us a big look at some not D23, but it's some Rise of Skywalker stuff.
Yes.
And it just just a lot to unpack, and that's what we're going to do in this episode. That's what we're going to do with you, the listener or watcher, wherever you're digesting and consuming this episode. You're in this journey with us, so the important thing is, on social media afterwards, let us know, what did you think about the trailer, and what are some of your best guesses and theories and whatnot. We want to speculate responsibly. We don't want to get in our minds an unchangeable concept. What we want is to just have fun guessing and kind of just wondering what's going to happen.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, our expectations will be subverted. Right.
More than likely, it's not going to be anything we guess, but who knows? Well, JJ knows.
JJ knows.
Yeah. Well, he knows. We don't know. We will know December 20th, though.
Yes.
But until then, we're going to make our best guesses.
December 20th. So long away.
So, but yeah, and this is also the last episode of Season 3 of Nerd Herder. So, next episode, we're starting a new season. It means nothing really. We keep making episodes, but we just kind of plot our calendars based on seasons, based on roughly 3 months. Just depends. But
once a quarter.
Nonetheless, we're going into a new season. That's when we try to do some changes. This is a time where we're trying to find a new recording schedule.
Yes.
We're going to be getting back to our streaming. We're going to get to book a backlog of book reviews. Yes. But all of those things, we're revamping how we do it. So Season 4 is going to see those things roll out. So while it doesn't mean anything really changes for you, it just means that we're going to be trying to be better at nerd herdering. And whatnot, in all its various forms.
Yes, and if you have any suggestions on how we can make the show better, feel free to comment or tweet us.
Or if you have any ideas, or if you've got any suggestions. I will say, I don't just preach this because of Patreon, but we do have a Discord, and while there's a community tab in the Discord that you can hang out and chat with us more directly with, you get a lot of access as a patron. If you start at $1 a month, it gets you almost everything. There's only one super exclusive channel, and that's for episode building, and that's for those who give a little bit more each month, and they can join in the process of making an episode with us, so they can say, oh, you should talk about this, or they can give direct quotes and points, or they can all together pick the topic.
Yeah.
So Discord's a fun way, and it to a point is free. But if you really want to get involved with us in the next year of podcasting, I really encourage you to check out our Patreon page and our Discord page. Again, you can get a lot of access for just $1, but if you really want involved, I think that starts at $3. So just check out our Patreon page. There's a special going on right now. At the end of August, it's over, but right now, if you join or upgrade, you can get a Nerd Herder swag pack. This comes with buttons and stickers and all kinds of stuff that are exclusive to our Nerd Herder birthday. So these are things that are only going to be available during this time, and after that, they go in the vault, kind of like the old Disney movies.
Yeah, our birthday is your mirthday.
And then we'll only... we'll only open the vault and release them every 5 years.
Every 5 years.
Because it's never really gone.
You gotta get the fancy
VHS
tapes, though.
Yeah, you gotta join this
episodes.
club where you get a bunch of stickers and all this other stuff. So get it now, and avoid the hassle. Anyway.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's a good point. Now, another good point is someone actually messaged us with a suggestion.
Yes, they did.
Our friend at Galaxy Props, who, if you don't know, he runs a Twitter page where he shows off all of his work. And he does a lot of amazing custom Star Wars stuff. And he's also branched out, done some other things like Marvel and whatnot. But he takes everything from models to old toys, revamps, repaints, and just makes them all around way more beautiful. Yeah. And he messaged us because he's sent us some things before, and he's working on some cool stuff for us now.
Absolutely.
He sent us something and was like, hey, I see a spot on the shelf that'd be great for this. Well, I was like, oh, dang, I know that's in storage. So we scoured through to find it.
Yeah.
Then we found it, and then we found that it won't fit on the shelf.
It's a big boy.
But it is here.
Ready?
It's hiding behind Herd Mom.
There he is.
And so we have this beautiful little probe droid that our friend at Galaxy Props sent us. This guy is amazing, and
he's a good boy.
If you hold my iPad, he comes with some lights here. If I can find the button.
Find the button.
There we go.
You found it.
See, it's got some little lights. Very cute.
He's
got his little clampers.
And he even has a little
he has a cool little plaque. Like, this is like some really high collector grade stuff, and this is all thanks to our friend over at Galaxy Props. And I believe from the looks of this is, I believe the body is like 3D printed. I think a lot of this is probably 3D printed.
I believe so.
But he does all of this amazing stuff, and check him out, Galaxy Props on Twitter. Definitely, he's got everything from big stuff like this to bigger stuff to little stuff, like little desktop stuff. So
his dioramas are fantastic.
You can check that out. I'm sure he's got something for you if you've been looking for something cool to be like, I need to show off my Star Wars love, check out Galaxy Props, give him some love.
Yes.
Also, give us some love and help us name this little guy.
Yeah, we have an adorable habit of personifying.
We name everything. We name everything
through naming.
Yeah, this is Bicket.
Yeah, that's Bicket.
We established that in the last episode. This is Frankor the Rancor. He's our mascot, and by the way, he's on 2 of our special anniversary buttons. If you get those,
very cute. I love the designs. You did a good job.
I designed. You made them pretty, so you doodled.
I colored.
Yeah, you made them pretty. So what does that look like? Oh no, you'll have to join Patreon to find out. But anyway, we name things because we're namers, and it's cute. We don't have a name for our little guy yet, our little probe droid. So we wanted to put it out there, let you guys make some suggestions. Let us know what you think we should name him. If about a month in we haven't heard anything, or if we haven't heard anything good.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, eventually we'll take it on. But we thought it'd be a fun thing to let you guys try and name him. By the way, if you have been listening to this on the podcast form and have no idea what's happening, we'll make some Twitter post about it.
Yeah.
So you can see. But yeah, we're still getting used to the whole, we're in both video and audio format now, which we're getting there.
But we'll learn.
We've definitely been enjoying this aspect. It lets us show off our collection of Star Wars shirts. So far we've had, we're not going to run out of shirts, guys.
No.
I mean, it's just,
between Ben Brophy and Squadron Goals, we are never going to run out of shirts.
We have tons of stuff. So we don't have anything Rise of Skywalker yet because the booth freaking sold out in 5 seconds at Celebration, and I just haven't gotten around to ordering it.
We have
so
the
I got Last Jedi
beanie somewhere.
Oh dang! I meant to wear that.
Well, go get it.
Okay.
I'll be here.
Huzzah!
Through the magic of television.
This is the only 9 thing we got at Celebration, and this was just because we were lucky enough to get into the main panel and whatnot, and they were giving them out. They were also giving out McDonald's, but we didn't get that.
No.
I'm not bitter.
I'm bitter because of the scalpers.
There was people digging in trash cans to get these boxes out, and literally, it took us 5 minutes to get from the line to our seats. As soon as we sat down, you eBayed it. You looked it up on eBay for fun.
Because immediately.
And
$116 was the lowest I could find.
So stupid.
It's so so freaking wild. We've been dealing with scalpers a lot in our personal life lately because we collect pops and we collect them for fun.
But there's people that, I mean, it's a business.
Yeah, but...
I get it, but at the same time, it's one of those things, it's frustrating to people that, like, I'm just buying it to enjoy it.
Yeah, you're looking for the chase, we're looking for the regular one.
So it's just, but nonetheless, we do have this, eventually we will have to get a Rise of Skywalker shirt and whatnot, but...
Should I sell my services as a lucky person?
As a lucky person?
As a lucky person, because I always get the chase when I don't want it.
Yeah, she always gets the special thing.
But, like, I never like the chase.
Right.
Except for the Bill Cipher
No,
I have up here.
that's a lie. Like, when it comes to, like, Disney pins and whatnot.
Yeah,
like,
when it comes to
pops,
Disney pins...
Yeah, but...
Like, Yeah. It always happens, though. Like, we always get the chase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but nonetheless, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know a name for our little buddy,
and if you need someone to open a blind bag, I'm
call
your girl.
Herd Mom.
I rarely get doubles.
Well, before we get into the Rise of Skywalker stuff, we have a couple of other new, because it's not all about the Rise of Skywalker. There's a ton of freaking Star Wars happening right now.
There's also Legos.
Yeah, well that comes later too.
Yeah.
But there is gaming news. So if you are into Battlefront, last week in our last episode, which was technically last week, we talked about a lot of the updates that are coming, including a lot of cool things like a Clone Commando, new maps, all this other stuff. Well, part of the update goes live tomorrow when we're recording this, so it almost broke my brain a second, but the day this comes out, the update will be live for Battlefront, where there will be droid skins, new game modes, and all kinds of stuff. So that means I'm going to be playing this Friday and Saturday while you're at work. Yeah, I'll be playing and streaming that over on Twitch, so you can join in. If you are on PlayStation and have Battlefront, you can join me. Just send me an invite. Or you can just watch it on Twitch and see how horrible I am at it, and see when I forget to turn off the mute on the mic, because that happened last time, so
that does
awkward. But yeah, I'll be playing this weekend, so you can come join me, hang out, keep me company while this little lady's at work. I got horribly bored.
Yeah.
It's very uncommon that I'm home alone while you're at work.
Yeah, we found that out recently, that I know how to cope when you're at work and I'm at home alone.
You
have no idea.
It was uncomfortable, just so uncomfortable. But I managed. I'm alive. So, but help keep me alive and play some Battlefront with me this weekend. So, but look out for those updates if you're a Battlefronter and whatnot.
Battlefrontist. Battle boy. A Battletoad.
What's that?
That
sounds familiar.
You've never played Battletoads. It's a Rareware game that you can play on Nintendo.
Nope. Nope.
Okay. Anyway, Galaxy Edge news. Me constantly being disappointed in the fact that John has never played a Nintendo game.
Well, it goes both ways, because there's things that go like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes both ways.
Yeah. So we got a lot of Galaxy's Edge news. We got a cute little teaser trailer for Galaxy's Edge at Disney World. It looks great. I cannot wait.
Oh yeah. It's Disney. They know how to sell things, and it really capitalizes on that feels and just like.
Yeah.
I just want to punch the kid in the face, get them out the way, and be like, oh. I want to experience that. Get out of the way, Junior.
And that's the kind of dad that you're going to be.
Right.
Not like the encouraging, let's go together, honey.
No, well, yeah, but it's like that meme where it's like, like when the Disney, the Lion King was coming back in theaters, and like all the adults were like, we've been waiting for this for years. None of these kids deserve, like, this is ours. Like, I feel that way with Galaxy's Edge sometimes. I'm just like, that stupid kid experiencing my Star Wars. None of that sentiment's actually true.
No,
I'm just kidding.
You're just.
I have to specify when I'm joking sometimes.
Yeah, for legal reasons.
For legal reasons, I am not going to harm a child because of Star Wars.
No.
As far as you know.
As far as we can tell.
Right. No, it's not going to happen. But yes, it was feels.
Yeah,
all the feels.
It was very much feels. It premiered at D23, and now everyone can listen to the new Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Ooga's Oga?
That's how I say it. I feel like it would have two Oos if it was meant to be Ooga. You know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
The donut alphabet thing.
Oh boy, you silly.
The letter that looks like a number.
Rex's playlist #1 is now out on Spotify.
Can I just say?
Yeah. It's
this
your
is
podcast.
a long, complicated title.
It is.
That's too much.
Okay, so let's say the full thing.
That's too much.
Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Oga's Cantina, Rex's playlist #1.
Too much.
Is now on Spotify.
If you got to trip that much to say the title, it's too much.
Yep. The playlist includes songs straight from the Cantina, Far Far Away at Galaxy's Edge.
This is a fun one. So it features a remix of technically 2 remixes of the Cantina, and then it's a lot of like bar, cantina, club music, but it's familiar to Star Wars, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am one of those. I freaking love, and I will cut you, Janet, if you come for me on this. I love Jabba's flow.
It's great.
Off of the Force Awakens.
Freaking Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Right. First of all, can we talk about the fact of how this dang thing was birthed? Freaking JJ just coming up and it's just Lin-Manuel Miranda's like, hey, I want to make Star Wars music. He's like, hey, I want you to make Star Wars music. And it freaking happens. They made Star Wars music.
And then he hung out with the McClure brother.
Right, goodness gracious, but like
all of the things in our lives are slowly like merging together.
There was a thing the other day.
We were listening to the Twin Peaks podcast and I read a tweet from Travis McElroy.
Right, and he's one of the brothers that host My Brother and Me and The Adventure Zone, which we've talked about before being 2 non-Star Wars podcasts that we love. We recommend.
Sawbones.
Sawbones as well. Like
Wonderful.
They run their own network of podcasts. We love everything. And Travis is a big Twin Peaks fan. So it was just we had no idea that was happening, and that's just one of those moments.
It took a minute for us to process.
Ridiculous.
Like he read, Travis McElroy said, and we were just like, what?
And then am I one of those? Does this happen to anyone else where something happens, they mention a name, and you're like, oh my god, it's so and so, and they just move on like it's nobody.
And then I
almost got mad. Like, you just read a tweet. You have been blessed by the Trav McElroy, my dude.
The tall one.
Right. the best of the McElroys, arguably. Hot take, but you've just been blessed.
He's a very
and he didn't appreciate. I don't feel like he appreciated it.
I don't think he did.
It does anyway, because it's one of the so it's I'm trying to think of another situation where I think I was talking to someone the other day, and I think it was about Winnie the Pooh or something, and I mentioned Jim Cummings, and it was just one of those things where it's just I don't feel like they got it, so I kept saying, and it's I don't actually get mad, but it's one of those things where it's just you uncultured swine.
Yeah. I can say to people all the time, oh man, we met Ray Park and Sam Witwer, and they signed my pop with Trash Husband Middle.
Here's the thing that ticks me off. Here's the thing. Oh. So when it's
the tea.
I met Ray Park. Who's that? He played Darth Maul. Oh, is he in anything else? He was in X-Men. He was Toad. Oh yeah, Toad.
And then he was Snake Eyes.
Yes. The only reason worth watching G.I. Joe. Let's be honest. Channing Tatum, you can't carry that series on your own. You needed Ray Park.
You did need Ray Park.
Goodness gracious.
Everybody needs Ray Park.
But anyway.
# everybody needs Ray Park.
Everybody needs Ray Park. So, but anyway, the point of mentioning so Jabba Flow, if you haven't listened to it, bless yourself and go listen to it. It's on the Force Awakens podcast. The Force Awakens playlist.
Yeah.
And it's just this really it's the Force Awakens version of the Cantina.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. I freaking it's too short of. I get mad when it's over because I'm that wasn't long enough.
It's really good.
You killed my vibe, because then it goes into the March of the Resistance, and I'm get out of here, Resistance.
Yeah. Speaking of connections, sorry if this is going on a little bit too long. I have to make absolutely sure who it is. I met another lovely on Twitter who.
Oh yes. Well,
I think it was Ray.
She and I geeked out about Hayden Christensen.
Yes.
Back when Celebration was on, but while you find that, the whole Rex's playlist is just it's that same club vibe that you get from Jabba's Flow. Really nice playlist. So it's over on Spotify if you check it out. It's kind of hard to find because when it first dropped, I was trying to find it. You have to search like Galaxy's Edge, Rex, Cantina. Like you have to put a lot of words in there to find it. But it's a fun playlist to put on in the background.
Yeah, if you don't know what a lovely is,
someone that's into
Game of Thrones.
Dan Monahan. Man.
Ooh, you hurt me with your words.
What's his last name?
Dan Avedon.
I knew it was weird.
Aka Danny Sexbang. And Egoraptor. Aka... You keep saying it's AKA.
He's Egoraptor?
He's Egoraptor.
Stephen Goodyear met him. Yeah, like at a Walmart one day.
What?
Yeah. Like, he was telling... A friend of ours met this guy, and he was just telling me willy-nilly, and I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Ray Mueller. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So, I had to make sure, because I thought it was right, but I wanted to make sure. I was just in the wild scrolling on Twitter, and I was like, oh, that's a picture of Dan Avedon. I didn't comment on that boy.
It's so nice. Like,
it's so lovely.
It's nice when you meet someone else that's into what you're into.
At age 6,
and has a respect for it. So.
Yeah.
But
I appreciate enjoying things with other people.
We started this by talking about a newly released Spotify Star Wars playlist. So the can has been opened early, folks.
Yeah, Starbomb now on Spotify. On Spoofy.
Spoofy.
We also got a first look at the Galaxy's Edge Hotel. But it's not a hotel.
It's not a hotel.
It's not a hotel. It's a ship.
Okay, so
At this point, I do not doubt that Disney will launch us into space.
Right? Yeah. No, I believe it's actually.
Forget Elon Musk. It's gonna be Disney.
Forget what they say. Florida's not Florida. It's the moon. No.
The moon doesn't.
That would explain all the weirdos.
In the moon.
No. So here's exactly what's going on. It's more of this story immersion stuff. So, rather than making it because what in the Star Wars universe relates to this kind of experience? You don't really think of what. There's not even name a hotel in Star Wars. There's not one. So, but you know what there are? There are ships. They're cruise liners.
Like the Cantina probably has some beds in the back.
It does, but that's for that's for the owner and such.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where there's cruise ships. We've seen cruise ships and whatnot. So they're building off the concept that you're not staying at a hotel. They're trying to make you feel like you're staying in a cruise ship, but not like a sea ship, a spaceship.
So this opens up the possibility for me personally that we could have a restaurant at the end of the universe situation. A book that you've never read, but it is a fantastic book in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series.
I thought that was what you were going for.
Yeah.
So it's a halcyon ship, but I don't believe that's the name of it.
I don't know, because everything I've seen says halcyon.
Halcyon.
Or they...
Yeah, oh no, that's the name. So, but Chandrila Starline is, I guess, the company that's supposed to be putting this on. But the upcoming Star Wars immersive experience is not a hotel, it's just a ship. So you start at... Yeah, it's just a ship.
Just a ship.
But so you start out at the terminal, and you go to the launch pod, and fly to the ship, and then you come out in the atrium, the centerpiece of the thing. So
that explains why this is like $1,000 a night.
It's expensive.
It's expensive.
But so now they're also structuring it off of what they're also good at, which is Disney Cruise Lining. So you don't do hey, I'm just going to stay for a night. You can't do that. You have the option of either a 3-day 2-night, or I think it's like a 5-day 4-night. It's like a cruise package. You don't do a cruise for a day. You do a cruise for either like a weekend or a week. And just like a cruise, you're going to have excursions.
This might be worth it.
You can go to lightsaber training with the remote, just like Luke in A New Hope. You can also go to a control room and learn about navigation and defense. You can take a freaking class. And then it all goes together to enhance your personal guest experience. So what you do here affects that. And so
How
Batu,
many kidneys do we need to live?
Batu is like a port, just like you would, I'm going on a Jamaican cruise, I'm going to stop off in Jamaica. Batu is the stop off of your Chandrila Star Line visit. It's a really freaking clever way to do it.
Very clever.
Like, it's so much more.
Man.
It's so much more than just offering a really cool hotel. So I feel like the whole thing, you're not going to have windows where you look outside and you're like, oh, there's Splash Mountain. Like, you're going to be in a box that basically is built to make you think you're in a spaceship. It's freaking insane.
You know what I'm most excited for? Ambient space noise.
If they don't have that, I'm going to be mad.
Okay, so here's a little bit about Herd Mom that's probably the most nerdy thing in the world. I fall asleep to the sounds of the Enterprise, the ambient space noise, because it's so soothing.
It's essentially white noise, but it's a specific noise.
It's deep white noise.
Right. So I think this is amazing. This is like, when I first saw the prices leaked for what the stay was going to be, I was like, goodness gracious. But the way they're selling it, it's basically a cruise on land, but for what they're offering, it's not just that they're making you feel like it's cruise. They're offering essentially what you would get if it was a real space cruise. Yeah. It's cool.
It's so
cool.
It sounds really neat.
It's stinking clever. And there's a really cool model. There's a
really
freaking cool model. And they've got a little Millennium Falcon for scale. And it looks like a freaking CR-90 with the little cylinder engines. It's my favorite freaking ship.
So cute.
Looks so cool, guys.
So cute.
I'm so excited for this. It's going to be amazing.
Like, seriously, how many kidneys do we need?
Right. I feel like I can go without kidneys.
Go without a couple.
I can replace that with some lasagna.
I don't need a pancreas.
So, but that's some cool stuff. There was also other things, other merch and all kinds of other little things, but nothing that was revealed that I felt was like new other than that. I felt like that was the biggest Galaxy's Edge drop, but still cool news.
I'm very conscious of how I'm covering up the background that I worked on.
Right, we work hard on displaying the theme of our episode on our shelf. So if you're not watching this on YouTube, then you're missing out. But we'll go ahead and tell you there's a cool Vader helmet. We already mentioned there's Bickett, there's Frankor the Rancor, and we've got our best attempt at some sequel trilogy stuff, because we've discovered we don't have that much sequel trilogy stuff.
We don't. We'll have to remedy that.
We're working on that.
We've got a Luke and a Leia, a Lando, a Rose with our little rebel ring.
Yeah, courtesy of Celebration.
And a Palps with a little First Order ring that does not fit my finger. It makes me sad.
Yeah.
I want to wear it.
But speaking of the Rise of Skywalker, let's go ahead and get into some of that news. But first, if you're Skywalker, if you're listening to this on the podcast, this is going to be the moment where you get some ads. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're lucky. All right.
How about them ads?
So our main show this week, we're all about the Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
It's so special it gets its own episode.
And some Legos.
We already rambled and gabbed about Galaxy's Edge and other ridiculous things. So
we're very excited about stuff in general.
So, much like our last episode, where before we got into the thing I'm pretty sure everybody knows of and is excited for, we talked about some Lego leaks, because believe it or not, if you're not into
I went
figures...
to school with a girl named Lego
Leaks. If you're not into collecting figures or Legos and all this other stuff, you're missing out, because those are somehow the best reveal. A lot of stuff leaks through toys, because people aren't very careful with toys as they are with like trailers and behind the scenes stuff and all this other things. So usually toys can be quite the leak and spoiler for new projects and whatnot. And Lego's no different. And much like The Mandalorian, The Rise of Skywalker had some leaks as well. It had a lot more. The Mandalorian, we only got one set. This, we've got 4? Yeah, we've got 4. No, we've got 5. I missed one. There's
They all look so good.
I'll go ahead and say the one I failed to include on here. It's an A-Wing. And it comes with Snap Wexley, who, if you don't know, is Greg Grunberg character from The Force Awakens. He was not in The Last Jedi, and if you read the Poe Dameron comic series, you'll see why. But he is making a comeback.
Who we saw randomly.
Yeah,
at
he was
Celebration.
just walking around.
I just looked and I was like, Greg Grunberg.
He was like,
"What's up?"
And kept walking. But it was just one of those moments where it's like, and I remember because you were like, the guy from Lost, and I'm like,
I said the guy from Heroes first of all.
Was it using that? I didn't watch that.
Yes, he
I didn't
was
watch
in
that.
Heroes.
Wasn't Spock in that? The gosh, what's his name?
Zachary
Quinto. Yes.
Yes, he was
Gotcha.
the best bad guy, which they
He was a bad guy?
He was a really good bad
There's
guy.
a bee?
There's a bee.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you need to watch Heroes. It's good.
It's a cool A-Wing. It's a green A-Wing that comes with a Snap Wexley figure and I believe it's like Captain Chronics. Billy Lord's character, not Leia's. Gosh, it's like a Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. situation. Carrie Fisher's daughter. I think she got a promotion in this one, so she comes with that set, which is really nice because I don't think she's come with another set before.
I don't think so either. Can we get a figure, please?
We are in the A-Wing set.
Heck yeah.
So that one I failed to put on there, but that's what we get. So
can you cut out the fact that I forgot the word figure?
No, that stays.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're going to talk about, we see in the footage later that A-Wings are making a comeback, so that's cool.
Yep.
And apparently Snap is trading his X-Wing for an A-Wing this time. Interesting. Or they may just be doing that to sell the A-Wing set.
Maybe if he does better, he can get an A+ wing.
Oh. So the next set that we're going to talk about is one that is from a familiar scene from the first trailer we saw back in Celebration. We saw on the desert planet that was later revealed to be Pasana, there's this jet trooper chase. So we see some First Order jet troopers. One thing, they're chasing our heroes on these skiffs. In this set, it comes with Rey, BB-8, a jet trooper, and a First Order Stormtrooper. But the First Order Stormtrooper comes with a little First Order bike. He comes with a little motorcycle.
That's so cute.
Which what's funny is in one of the more recent issues of the Galaxy's Edge comic.
Yeah.
There's a Galaxy's Edge comic, by the way. We see one of these. The like cool, I got a scar on my face, so you know I've seen some stuff. Captain of the First Order. He rides this in all Terminator 2 style, just like
Yeah, that is cool.
It is cool. Yeah, he gets this like almost full page shot of him just on the motorcycle, all cool. I'm like,
we quantify our coolness with Terminator 2 stuff.
Right, like they're really leaning into the fact this guy's got a motorcycle.
There also seems to be a little
like a little hut?
A little hut in the back?
Yeah.
Not like a Jabba.
No, not a hut. A hut. Just for clarification, not a hut. A hut.
Yes, a hut.
If you don't get it, get out.
I get it.
No, but we get a good. I wasn't talking to you, by the way. I was talking to Bob on the other side of the microphone. Get out, Bob.
Did nothing wrong.
So we get a good look at the First Order Jet Trooper, which is nice, which just further confirms they aren't just guys flying around, because there was a little bit of debate for a second there of like, wait, are they just like, were they tossed? Or are they falling with style, or are they flying with style?
No, they are. They have, what we don't get in the set is the First Order caber tosser.
Right. Oh yeah, it's just a First Order catapult. What's the ammunition, sir? You. It's like the Isaac and Abraham situation.
Yes.
Where's the lamb, father?
Father.
Funny you should ask. Isaac Lamb Gordon. Now your middle name makes sense. Anyway. So we get Rey looking cool. She's got a lightsaber, all that stuff. But the interesting thing of it, I think, is the jet trooper and the motorcycle. Obviously, again, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're getting images. We don't, the podcast is an audio format as well if we could somehow transmit these images to you in that way, we would. While the podcast and the audio file is the primary form, we're not trying to make it seem like YouTube gets all these bonuses. It's just by it being visual, we're able to do more. So if you're listening, that's why we're trying to do a great job of describing it with all the oohs and the ahs.
Yeah.
Oohs and ahs. Speaking of oohs and ahs, there's a Millennium Falcon.
Yes, with the satellite dish.
Another one. When this first came out, I posted it, and a friend of ours in the 501st, actually here, he does Santa Vader. He commented, he was like, another Falcon? And I felt that comment so much because I'm just like, yeah.
Well, I've been looking for a model of, we have the original trilogy.
Well, we have all three.
Solo. There's a fourth, isn't there?
Well, now, you know what's different? Just the radar dish.
Well,
Just the radar dish. But no, we've got to complete it. I mean, technically they all have radar dishes. It goes from circle to square to circle now again. So it's like, oh.
Well, they lost it for a little bit.
Yeah, they went from Comcast to AT&T, and then they realized Comcast is better. Which really, let's be honest, DirecTV. Well, now, in the way they're selling this is... Now, if you don't get it, there's just a lot of freaking Lego Millennium Falcons. A lot. It's been, like, next to Luke's Sandspeeder set, I'm pretty sure the Falcon is the most redone set of all.
I do like the design of the Sandspeeder, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one.
I mean, it's iconic, so of course,
very Star Wars-y.
Every now and then you need an update. And it makes sense. New designs, new technology, new figures. I understand why there's a bunch, but there's still a bunch.
There's a whole bunch.
But the reason they're selling you on this one, the reason you're gonna buy this one, guys, is because it comes with old Lando.
It does come with Lando.
It's got his cool little cape. So it comes with Lando Calrissian, Chewbacca, Insta-Kill 3PO himself.
We'll get to that.
I believe it comes with Jannah as well. Okay, wait.
Yeah, it comes
Jaina or Jannah?
Jannah.
Jannah? Okay. Comes with Jannah. Comes with some alien guy?
It comes with an alien guy. It comes with Dio.
It comes with Dio and R2. It comes with a lot of figures.
I think that's why we're going to get it.
I'm pretty sure this is the only way that you're going to be able to get Lando. I'm just going to go ahead and say I feel like they're doing that specifically so you buy this set.
Absolutely. And he's going to be sitting in the cockpit the entire time.
Of course. So, we get a good look at the Falcon. And it just looks like the Falcon other than, like you mentioned, it does have its dish replaced again.
Yeah, and to...
here's the thing. Can we just appreciate that Lando had it right first? Because when he owned the Falcon...
It's stylish.
It's stylish, but when he owned the Falcon, the dish rests flat. Not like raised up like this.
Yeah,
specifically,
because that makes sense.
Right, but specifically because you're gonna bump it.
Exactly.
So it's like, goodness gracious. Anyway, if you're gonna put a dish on a Falcon, lay it flat.
I guarantee the first thing he did when he looks at the Falcon is check the landing gear.
Well, here's the thing. Do you think it's gonna look nicer now that it's his again, or?
I don't know.
Like, is he...
That's a question.
Is first order of business to clean my Falcon?
Probably.
Hashtag clean my Falcon.
That's probably something he's going to say to Chewie, is like, I'm going to use you as a mop and clean my Falcon.
Right, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a moment it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This place is dirty. I don't know who that was. It wasn't Billy D. Williams.
I was afraid of you for like 5 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do impersonations.
That's true. And just to make myself even nerdier, I just got a text from my guild about WoW Classic. Yeah.
Oh, World of Warcraft?
That out. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We have internet by a servicer called WoW, so I have to think now. I'm like, wait, what WoW?
No. The WoW Classic
Did the internet go out?
Just came back. They were last night.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
goodbye paycheck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Moving on to our next set. We get an oldie but goodie. Yeah. We have not seen this little bird since episode 7, but Kylo Ren's shuttle is making a comeback.
One. It looks good.
And this isn't the... Well, no, that's a lie. Wasn't that the ship that he showed up in at the end of The Last Jedi? The one where they're inside and Hux gets thrown around, remember?
Yes,
is that
I think
his shuttle?
it is.
I just thought of that. I thought it wasn't even in 8. Well, it's coming back. But we're not excited about the shuttle. Oh no. We are excited because this set comes with the new designed Kylo Ren with his new cracky helmet.
Yeah.
We get, I'm pretty sure this is, what's his face?
Papa.
The only man that looks good in heels. Richard Grant.
You're right.
I'm pretty sure this is Richard Grant's character. So we've got Kylo, Richard Grant, Admiral Sexy Feet, and then we've got a Sith Trooper looking awesome. Here's the thing.
It does look awesome, but can we please
Sith
go back
Troopers look good in any scale.
Probably heels too.
Like 6-inch,
Yeah.
3/4 inch, Lego. Anywhere you put these things, they look good.
You're doing a lot of covering up of that one comment, and I'm here for it.
Okay, there was a thing on Twitter, and if you didn't see it, shame on you, but it was Richard E. Grant, like, just going ham with some salsa in some heels. And I'm not talking like, this is some good chips and salsa pasta guacamole, Bill. No, I'm talking like this dude was dancing.
He's a good dancer.
He was flying on these.
I know women. Light on his feet.
I know women who would fall just looking at heels. Okay, this is impressive what this man is doing. I don't know how he does it, but it was just funny because this came, I think it was like right after the freaking Vanity Fair thing when he's looking all broody and first ordery and evil, and then this comes up and I'm just like, you ain't fooling nobody.
There's a picture of Oscar Isaacs eating with a beanie and a mustache, eating Cheetos with chopsticks. And it's the best picture in the world.
This is the pilot to save the day. This is what we're working with, folks.
Exactly.
So we get a Sith Trooper that looks good in any scale. # any scale Sith Trooper. We get another First Order Trooper. And the exciting thing, my boys.
Your boys.
My boys in Lego form.
Your Ren boys.
We got 2 Knights of Ren. Only 2. That means the other 2 must come in another set that we have not had revealed yet.
Or they're dead.
Or that.
I think it's
but I will say, one of them is my favorite, so I'm glad he's coming with this one. It's the one with the kind of glaive-looking one with the cool helmet.
Yeah.
If you have not seen Adam Savage of Mythbusters fame and Tested fame, if you don't know, he's a cosplay legend.
He is fantastic.
He painstakingly recreates costumes for cosplay.
And he did a Totoro with a leaf on its head.
He made a full-fledged cosplay of this particular Knight of Ren, and I'll have an image up of it. It looks amazing. This thing hasn't even shown up on screen yet.
No.
This guy, it's insane. It looks so beautiful. And whenever I've seen, like, this is my Knight of Ren. Like, this is the lead boy. This is the one that gets all of my attention. This is my favorite son. Right. This is my favorite son of Ren. So yeah, my boys, my little Knights of Ren. So that's exciting. And last but not least, one I am so excited for because it's my favorite ship. It's my favorite Rebel ship.
Yep.
I don't care what anybody says. It's the
a
best
Y-wing.
ship. It's a red Y-wing. It's a red Y-wing. That's significant because it's red.
Do we have a Y-wing somewhere?
A couple. Yeah.
Just farting around.
Like the most popular form, like everybody typically sees, okay, they come in yellow. That's kind of the Y-wing color. But I think it was Micro Machines that was the first to kind of do it, but they came out with a red decal one and a blue decal one, and it was just really cool because it was not yellow.
Yeah.
And so I've just always been super into the red Y-wings. I don't know what it is, but it's way more aesthetically pleasing. and
also your favorite color is red.
Well, that's true. But it's not just exciting because of that, but because who's piloting this?
Yes.
Zori Bliss.
Yes.
Comes with this
exciting.
set. Carrie Russell's character is piloting this ship. And this set also comes with Poe Dameron. It comes with a cute little bucket-headed astromech who looks like spearmint gum.
And
Dio. Another Dio!
Another Dio.
Because you're probably not going to buy the Falcon set.
I'm going to absolutely buy as many things of Dio
buy
as
all
I
the
can
Dios.
find.
But what's interesting, this also comes with a First Order Snowtrooper.
Yes.
So this kind of connects to
Snowy
a
boy.
planet we've seen a couple of times now, a snowy planet. And when Kerry Russell's character is actually first introduced in the Vanity Fair thing, she's on a snowy planet. So I wonder if part of her introduction includes a First Order raid where we see some snowtroopers come into the mix. But
yep, I just did a big yawn. I'm sorry.
it's nice that it looks like we're gonna get the variations. We're gonna get the normal First Order trooper, but we're getting a jet trooper, and we're seeing the snow trooper again. It's really nice. But yes, the Y-Wing. I'm excited for this Y-Wing, guys.
Yeah, and if you see in our background, if you're on audio, I'm sorry, we have a little First Order trooper riding a little Podameron ship.
Yeah, we have a and it's cool because it's the Resistance one.
Yeah. He's a cutie
I
boy.
love the design of the Resistance stormtrooper. Like, I mean, it's obviously it's just the stormtrooper, but the way they accentuate some of the line, it's very like Star Wars Rebels, where it's like it doesn't really look like that. It's exaggerated, but I just like it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Also, a good thing about this ship.
Hey.
Yeah.
So
he doesn't shoot.
So yeah, that's the Lego stuff. And again,
He looks so sad.
before this was originally the Lego sets were originally going to appear in our last episode, when our last episode was just going to be about Happy Birthday Nerd Herder.
Birthday.
We were just going to take some time in the news segment, but then all this other stuff comes out about the Mandalorian and all that. So obviously we had to give it some special attention.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you can't tell, we're excited about some Legos.
Absolutely.
Technically it's Lego. Lego is both singular and plural.
Yeah.
But I slip up every now and then.
Like moose.
Right. It's not mooses.
It's moose.
It's moose.
Deer.
Speaking of moose, let's talk about this trailer.
Best trailer though.
Oh my gosh. So now I'm conflicted because I don't know exactly if it's like trailer because
it's a sizzle reel.
that's what they keep calling it. I don't like that. It sounds so. It sounds bougie.
Sounds like fajitas.
It sounds bougie, right?
You're welcome.
It's really beautiful because before we talk about the Rise of Skywalker stuff, first of all, it opens up with what's one of my favorite scenes anyway. It starts with the sunset, the twin sunset from Episode 4, and it just journeys through.
Yeah.
You see the highlights of Episode 4, then 5, then 6, then we go to the prequels, and 1, 2, 3, and then we go to the sequels, and like it's just really emotional when you put it together like that. It's just music. It's just very soft music and whatnot. It's no dialogue. Well, right around when Episode 6 shows up, we start to get Luke's dialogue from the previous trailer where it's 1,000 generations live in you now, all this other stuff. But that's pretty much it. Other than that, you're just left with the awe of seeing 40 years of storytelling of this amazing series leading up to then the new footage. Like, what does it do? Like, we know it's one big story, but what does it do for you to like experience it in that kind of all-together journey?
It does a lot for me personally.
All the feels.
I posted on Twitter right after I watched the trailer and after you had retweeted it. I started crying from one frame of Carrie Fisher. Literally just Leia peeking around the doorway. Yeah. And I was just like, oh no.
It's really hard not to just get emotional.
Yeah. And it's the imagery of the twin sunsets is a fantastic way to start.
Yeah, I was gonna say for me as a fan, like that's big because that is of all the things that I could say. That's Star Wars. The Twin Sunset is where I feel most in Star Wars. Like, just that moment of looking to the horizon. And I know there's all that jabberjaw of stuff of like, Jedi don't crave adventure and all these other things. But it's that longing for something greater. Yeah. Longing for something more. And, it's almost one of those things where it's like, so I have to say, so there's a YouTuber who you can check out. He's on Twitter. He's on, obviously, YouTube. The Negotiator. His name's Omar. And he put together a beautiful video. Yeah. And it's just intense.
It was
I cry every time. And so what it is starting with The Last Jedi with Luke. There's this moment where he's going through some dialogue and these things, and it really emphasizes what that whole movie is about, of him not feeling like Luke Skywalker, the legend, the hero, you know, and it's titled after Rey's line of the galaxy needs a hero.
That speech broke my heart.
And so what it does is it rewinds his whole journey. It starts with episode 6 with his fight with his father, and then it goes to his adventures on Dagobah, and it just keeps going until we get to this scene when Luke the farm boy, little teenage Luke looking for adventure, is looking to the horizon, and then all of a sudden it comes back and it's The Last Jedi again, and he's looking at that sunset, and it's that moment where it's just like, I just, in my head, I see the two Lukes.
Yeah.
You know, because it's one of those things with how space and time and all of this stuff works.
Yeah.
It's feasible. It's not. It's silly. It's in my brain. But it's feasible that they could be at the same moment, at different points, looking at the same suns.
Yeah.
It's not that way, but in my brain it looks like that. And it's just like, if Luke could just see what we see. And it's that thing that just, I'm going to link to it in the description. I really recommend you check it out. The Negotiator, he's got a lot of cool stuff. He's a really cool guy. Put some things out on YouTube, but it's a thing that, like, that scene, those twin suns, that's all I need, and it's just, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So to start there, like, it started high for me with this whole
Absolutely.
footage.
And then, like, we've talked many times before about our favorite moments of Star Wars. Yours being, you know, the beginning with the twin suns and all that. Mine being, you know, the scene where Luke plays, or R2 plays the hologram for Luke. The full-fledged hologram.
Yeah.
Like, I like it a lot.
Well, it's a very similar thing of, it's just like all these years later, like, remember what started you on this adventure was this lady coming on your doorstep asking for help. Like, it's just when you look at Star Wars in such an encapsulating way like that, it's so emotional because it's so much. It's just so much of what you love. Like, no matter what you love or how much you love, or like no matter what, it's just it gets to the root, I think, of what makes Star Wars so impactful and lovable and all of that stuff. And so
and it's such a powerful scene as well. Even in the original movie, you are enraptured by this story that's being told by someone you haven't even met yet.
Yeah.
Or you've met her, but you haven't really gotten the full length of her.
Right, but it makes you want to like oh, I'll go. I'll sign up. Let me help.
Yeah. And I think that's why I think Leia is so important to the story of Star Wars.
Absolutely.
Continue. Sorry.
No, but I mean, you know, it's one of those, like, as much as we could just go to the Rise of Skywalker and talk about that, like, you know, that lead up.
Yeah.
I don't think the footage would feel the same if you just start with the Rise of Skywalker.
And it
I don't think you get the full feel.
Yeah. And it also kind of drills in the fact that this is the ending of an era.
Yeah, they're really emphasizing this is, and with this trailer that we're going to talk about some stuff, guys, it really feels like it feels
like an ending. I
was like, okay, cool tagline, bro. And no, it really feels like it's going to connect everything.
If the series ends with Rey on Tatooine looking up at the twin sunset, we are all going to just sob.
Now, I will say, I did not say it'll answer everything.
No.
It'll connect everything.
It will connect.
Because I see people complaining, because there was like, JJ was in JJ was in an interview and he was like, I think this is going to answer a lot of questions. And people were like, yeah, says the guy that did Lost. And I'm like, he says it's going to answer a lot of questions. Not all the questions.
We could have such a long conversation about Lost and the pile of mess that it was through, you know, there were a lot of fingers in that pie. Like, there was a lot of involvement from the the television conglomerate. I can't remember what that was. Ugh. Don't assume that just because you did not enjoy the ending of a story, that it was solely on one person.
Well, that's true.
Look at the second season of Twin Peaks.
Well, look at The Last Jedi. But at the same time, I think he's not promising it's going to answer everything, because this is the end of this, but it's not the end of all Star Wars. It's this chapter. It's a really long chapter.
This is the end of the Skywalker saga.
Right. So, of course, it's not going to answer everything, but I feel like it's going to answer a lot. It's going to connect a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, if they pull this in anywhere under than 2.5 hours, I'm going to be impressed, because I feel like this is going to be a long movie.
Oh, yeah. Well, and it should not be any other way.
It's got a lot to do.
Yeah.
It definitely has a lot to do. And a lot happens in this footage that we're going to talk about. So, much like we did with The Mandalorian in our last episode, we're just going to kind of talk through some of the footage. You'll see the images if you're watching us on YouTube. Otherwise, we're going to end up obviously talking and describing them and whatnot. And also, you know what'd be cool? Listen to us talk about it while you're watching it or something. I don't know. But let's just journey through this together.
Let's just jump in.
Let's just walk through this a little bit. So, when you get through the whole sizzle reel, even though that's a bougie name, I don't like it, but when you get through all that, you know, you start with, I think it's like the in December, and then it cuts to our first look at The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And so we get a good hero shot here.
Fantastic hero shot with Finn covering Chewbacca.
Well, that's probably just when I screen grabbed.
It's the frame.
Yeah, we got Finn, Chewbacca, R2. Oh my gosh, I'm fired.
That's
C-3PO.
Yeah, you don't see R2 in this shot.
Yeah, that's got people worried. I feel like he's going to stay with Leia. That's just my opinion. No, I mean, if we go back to the Lego set, Lego's pretty good about this person is here because they're here.
Yeah.
He's with the Falcon. Good chance of that.
Stay with the ship.
And they're not going to do anything to the Falcon. Right, JJ? I'm just kidding. No, C-3PO.
JJ killed Han.
So, well, but it was a good choice.
It was a good choice.
It was the right choice. Han killed Han.
Han killed Han. Harrison
Wait, no.
Ford
Yes,
Han.
I gotta say, don't. I'm not putting myself in the boat of that theory. It's an interesting theory. I don't personally hold it that Han activated the lightsaber, but it's Harrison Ford killed Han Solo.
I'm holding it and I'm drinking it because that's a good theory.
It's interesting, but I feel like it disservices Kylo's character. That's all I'm gonna say. That's for another. Episode.
We'll do a fan theory episode.
Oh gosh, we could get through some fan theory.
We could get through some else.
Rey, Poe, Finn, Chewie, and 3PO.
And the Falcon.
We see the butt of the Falcon back there. We see the tail feathers.
Da booty.
And they're on the desert planet again that we know now to be Pasana or Panasa. I can't quite remember exactly how to pronounce it. It's Pass. So the question I have, where do you think, because the first trailer we got emphasized this planet a lot more. Most of what we saw everything from, the jet trooper chase, we saw the night, so in Vanity Fair the images of the Knights of Ren was on the desert planet, and then this is where the epic opening to that trailer starts, of Rey flipping over
such a good shot.
Kylo's shuttle. So where in the story, where in the film do you think this is? This like an early element, or do you think this is maybe like a middle ground?
It's so hard to say. Like, this could be where they see Lando. Mm-hmm. This could be where they meet Jaina.
Oh my gosh, if Lando's the reason these people are having a party, I'm gonna be mad.
What if it's a Sabbat game? What if it's a Sabbat game, John?
If that's the intro.
And because
right after this shot, we don't have it here, but right after we see what they're looking at, and it's just this huge flock of the local alien people, and it looks like a freaking party.
They go into a tent and there's a Sabbat game going on, and Poe is like, "Oh, I'm pretty good at Sabbat," and Chewie just goes, "No."
Oh, no, I want
perfect
Finn.
English.
Finn is the one like, I can play some sabacc. I've heard of that. And Chewie's like, no, go somewhere else, little buddy.
No. Go take a nap.
Oh, or no, Finn would be the one like, what's sabacc? Like, oh my gosh, that could be amazing, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Postal would suggest a strip sabacc.
I feel like he would actually be good at sabacc, though. I feel like in this group...
I feel like he's good at bluffing. I don't think he's actually good at sabacc.
That's how you're good at poker, though. Let's be honest. It's 80% bluff.
Most of the time.
I feel like this must be a bit of a middle ground in their adventure, because I've said before, we see a scene in the first trailer where Poe is using his fashionable scarf as like a bandage. So I definitely think that takes place after.
Yeah.
And in that same scene, we see a part of the Death Star. I don't think they're jumping to that too soon.
Has it been confirmed?
It looks like the Death Star.
It looks a lot like the Death Star.
I'm pretty sure it was the Death Star. So I think this has to at least be somewhere in the middle. I've been on the thing. I'm like, they're going here to look for something. Maybe it is Lando.
Maybe.
That would be interesting. So that's a good thing. Like, prior to that theory, like, how did you see Lando being introduced? Did you see him just showing up, or like, how do you think that happens?
I saw him having an extravagant and elaborate entrance.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Which is why I think
that's why
they're
this kind of fit. Yeah.
Because how else are you going to include Lando?
Yeah. So they're clearly there for something, and of course the First Order is going to catch up to them.
Yeah.
So I do think this is where we're going to obviously see. We saw Rey facing down with Kylo in his shuttle, but I think we're going to see some Knights of Ren action here, which is going to be.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to be so good.
So then we cut to a next scene, and we just see a beautiful shot. Beautiful shot of Carrie Fisher here.
This was almost my wallpaper.
She just looks amazing.
She looks beautiful. She's got such a mom face on.
She does.
She's probably looking at Rey.
Yes, I want to talk about this later. Other than looking beautiful, it's kind of just it's Leia. Yeah. But I'll come back to that. But then the next shot we see a Rebel fleet jumping out of hyperspace,
which is a fantastic shot.
It's amazing.
It's beautiful.
And not only that, but what's amazing about it is we see our new X-Wings, which have been emphasized before, but we see Y-Wings. Yeah. We see a lot of Y-Wings. We see a lot of A-Wings. We see a lot of B-Wings. We even have a freaking Corellian Corvette here. Like, good lord. And then we get some unknown model over here next to the Corvette. I can't make out what that is, but I think a couple scenes later, I think we're seeing inside a what?
A U-wing?
Where?
Right there. Welcome to Nerd Herder Looks at Chips.
No, just X, Y, B, and A. As far as I can tell.
They should write a book about that.
They did. They should write a trilogy.
And then the best shot I've ever seen.
Oh my goodness! So it evokes a similar oh crap feel,
the opening scene of
with Solo. Yeah, because it's in that really epic shot of the thunder behind the Falcon. That's
it
one.
Looks so fantastic.
Multiply that by 100.
100 bajillion. You remember in A New Hope where we see the underside of the Star Destroyer as it's
flying over.
This is that times a million.
So
it is so.
There's somewhere with some sort
beautiful.
Of storm, some stormy weather, and hundreds of Imperial Star Destroyers.
It looks so fantastic.
These are Imperial Star Destroyers.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my god.
Let's chat. So here's my thought.
Okay, I'm setting down the iPad.
Here's my thought.
Free flailing.
So if you've read the Aftermath trilogy,
I haven't.
That's where it's revealed, that's the final battle of the Rebellion and Empire. And from there's a group of Imperials that escape the final battle, escape complete destruction. They escape to the unknown regions and just disappear. Years later, all we know is that they eventually evolved into the First Order. where'd all that other stuff go? Where'd all the Star Destroyers go? Like, my brain instantly went like, is this the secret fleet that's been hidden in the unknown regions forever? That would be really interesting.
That is very interesting.
Here's what's even more interesting. Our friend Ryan Bullock, friend of the show.
Hi, Ryan.
Message. We chat about whenever news drops. We go back and forth.
Yeah.
So when this dropped, he had an interesting thought. What if they're not with the First Order either? Like, he was like, what if the First Order and the Resistance have to team up because of this? Because this is Palpatine. Like, what the heck? Like, I was that's mind blowing. You know what's even more mind blowing? We get 2 shots of the huge fleet of Star Destroyers.
And they're beautiful.
We get an overshot and then an undershot. Mm-hmm. When you light up the undershot, it looks like each of these Star Destroyers is outfitted with a cannon under its hull.
It looks
so like you see this indent that looks like a cannon. And later on, we get an unknown source blast, like laser blast, into a planet. So I'm thinking, like, what if these things have been outfitted like with mini Death Star lasers?
That would make
Star
it so
Destroyers with freaking lasers.
Planet Destroyers, but better.
So this is actually...
That's how you do the Death Star and improve upon it.
Exactly. And this is sourced from Legends. There were special Star Destroyers specifically outfitted with miniature Death Star technology.
That's amazing.
It was epic.
How many of them have IG-88s?
All of them.
Yeah.
This is really freaking interesting.
That's really interesting.
So, let us know your best guess, because this is one of the big ones where it's like, you guys gotta weigh in, because is this Palpatine's fleet? Is this just a fleet that the First Order's been holding back? Because if so, why have they been using the new Star Destroyers and all? Like, this is a whole nother level. Now, someone even suggested, what if this is just a vision?
What if it's just...
Like that, like, what if this is warning our heroes of what may come? Because, I mean, it looks very, I don't know, it looks very organized.
It does. It looks like almost impossible.
But I don't know. There's a lot of question marks with this one.
It makes me think of the scene in the cave with Rey, with the snaps in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that kind of
how it
void.
looks infinite and voidish. This kind of looks infinite.
Would you rather it be a vision, or would you rather actually get some freaking Star Destroyers with freaking laser beams?
I would love if it's real.
I want it to be real. I want it to be real.
The imagery is so beautiful.
And so the next shot is of Finn and Jannah in a cockpit, and I feel like this is that unknown ship from the earlier shot.
Yeah, because it doesn't look familiar.
But in the background, the coloring seems to look like the same kind of stormy clouds.
Also, it looks like Zora Bliss is in the background.
You were right.
Welcome to Nerd Who Looks at Pictures.
See, that's what I was looking at earlier, because I was like, what kind of helmet is that? And that could be Zori, because there's dialogue. I don't think it's not in this. There was like this behind the scene thing shown at D23 as well. Mm-hmm. It showed a couple of different things, and there's a part where Rey says, it's too dangerous, I've got to do this alone. So I feel like there's going to be a split amongst our heroes, to where these guys, they're with the fleet going to take on this new Imperial Star Destroyer fleet.
This could be in the Y-Wing.
No. Cockpit's too big.
Oh.
Way too big.
I don't know ships.
But...
The only ships I know is Storm Pilot.
Yeah, so I feel like... Because we see Rey later fighting Kylo. So I feel like she's off doing that while all of our other heroes are fighting in this big epic battle. So... and he's definitely got the face of, that's a lot of Star Destroyers.
Yeah. I saw a lot of damage. And then...
Speaking of a lot of damage,
we get...
there is not enough flex tape for this go.
We get a corrupted-ish...
We don't know. What is this?
What if he's implanted with the 000 matrix?
Oh, I doubt that. No, a lot of people have been joking like it's 000. He's replaced C-3PO all along. No,
because what makes
he
looks like he's in some kind of workshop.
No,
I know, but like
I think this is insta-kill mode. I think they get desperate and they're like, we need all hands on deck. And 3PO's like, these hands were meant for service only. Now they're meant for murder. You're welcome.
What if it's real? What if 3PO
Here's the
is
thing.
a Glock?
Okay, here's the thing. All of our doubts of like, no, that's not happening. That's ridiculous.
That's a fake picture.
If we go back to that freaking poster that was revealed.
Almost everything's been confirmed.
Everything's been confirmed. We get freaking red-eyed C-3PO. He's probably going to pick up Chewie's blaster. I'm like, guys, it's insane.
This is the darkest timeline.
This is insta-kill C-3PO, and I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. But I'm also afraid.
And I'm loving the memes about this as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Like when R2 gives you sass for the last time.
Yeah,
I'm just like, oh my gosh.
There is also the fan theory of what if this is what happens if R2 dies?
What?
Yeah. I really don't want to think about it. I really don't want to think about the fact that R2 could die.
Nope.
And I don't.
Nope.
I don't.
Nope.
I don't want to think about it.
Moving on.
He's a baby boy.
Nope. Lasers. Freaking lasers.
My screamy boy.
Freaking lasers.
Freaking lasers.
So the next shot is of a giant laser hitting some unknown planet.
Making a big old sploosh.
Here's the thing. We know of 4 planets we're seeing. We have the jungle planet. We have the desert planet. We've seen a snow planet. And we've seen an ocean planet.
Ocean.
What if the ocean planet is the snow planet? What if this laser is burning the ice caps and starts a flood?
Accelerated global warming.
Oh my gosh, what if
the polar bears die?
What if the freaking Death Star is under, like it's frozen? They have the lasers to free the Death Star.
Like Galvatron?
Megatron.
No, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're going for though,
Yeah.
yes. Like what if it's frozen over and they use the lasers from the Death Stars to free the Death Star? Or the Star Destroyer lasers. To free the Death Star. Because Palpatine's spirit's still there. Why do they need the Death Star so bad?
Bye. I don't want to be on a podcast anymore.
Han's not even here to comment on another freaking Death Star.
Freaking Death Star.
But like, I was thinking about that because like when you look around, there's no civilization, there's no people here where this blast is happening. It just looks like mountains.
It's time for the Death Star to end.
So I'm like, maybe they're just melting the ice caps to get to the Death Star. Because when we see the Death Star, it's in that ocean.
Yes. Oh my gosh. What if Death Star?
What if Death Star?
Does Death Star dream of electric sheep?
It probably doesn't dream at all because it's inanimate objects.
Yeah, high five if you get that reference.
So anyway, so lasers and polar ice caps aside,
we
get a cool shot of Rey training in the forest.
Just chucking.
Yeah. She's getting good with that saber.
She's getting very good.
Now, this is what I was talking about with the earlier scene. We see a great shot of Leia looking all proud on the jump. What if she's training Rey?
That would be amazing.
She's doing what her brother could not. Okay, he did a decent job, but yeah, like it would be really cool to see her take on a protege and get more of that motherliness and all that. Like, that's really going to make that hug that they have in that first trailer even more emotional.
I don't want to think about that.
But yeah, well, and what's interesting, I didn't catch it the first time, but like on the other side, there's a training droid.
There's a training droid.
And she just chops the training droid. Like, those are expensive, Rey.
There's only a few.
I know you grew up on a desert planet where things just come willy-nilly, but calm down. Like, do you need to talk about this? Is it that boy again? Is it that boy?
It's always that boy.
Let's talk about that boy. Well, and then another shot, we see Rey. So she throws the lightsaber, catches it. She's got some ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a ribbon. What's that ribbon?
We're gonna find out how she fits.
I almost didn't recognize her because of the red ribbon.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a bad joke. I get it. You can move on.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
I don't remember.
What do you think? It's just a ribbon? Do you think it's just stylish?
We find out how she fixes the lightsaber, probably within the first little bit of the. I think this is.
Oh,
at the beginning.
is this a does it work thing?
Possibly.
Right. Does this work? Yes.
That's how you find out if something works. You
Just throw it at
chuck
the wall.
In the original, the Frog Prince story, the way that she turns him into a prince isn't by kissing him. It's by chucking him to the wall. And he slides down and turns into a prince.
Maybe it is connected to... Like, it seems a roundabout way to test if it works. It's like the whole thing of, is this a sword? Like, the whole Luke looking at the barrel of the lightsaber thing. But that's interesting. I mean, that
it is interesting.
I mean, they kind of got to talk about, like...
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you don't, like... It looks in some bad shape at the end of episode 8, so they kind of got to acknowledge, like, this was a big repair job.
I was kind of hoping at some point that we would get a gathering type situation where Rey has to go out and find a kyber crystal.
Right, yeah, I mean, I get for what they're going for. Like, this is a big wrap-up. You got to have the lightsaber.
Yeah, you do.
But,
the
yeah,
one that
I kind of, you know, I was hoping that she would in some way use it to create her own or something but nonetheless, it's a cool lightsaber.
It's a cool lightsaber. It's right there.
Speaking of cool lightsabers, the next shot we get is also the same time we get the first bit of dialogue.
Such a great shot.
So this is why I don't think it's a vision, because we see a storm behind Kylo Ren as he's walking away from his shuttle and igniting his lightsaber.
Yeah.
So, and this is a snowy planet. So I feel like this is all interconnected in that there's some ships in that sky, and it's, oh my gosh. Can you imagine just being so in your own hype that it's like this big epic battle is going on in the upper atmosphere, and you're like, I gotta go fight that girl.
I love her. I need to fight her.
It's just like, sir, you're not going to join in the... No, I'm going to go fight that girl.
She's too dangerous to be left alive.
Like, it's just so... But it's a really cool shot.
She's a really cool girl.
He ignites his lightsaber, and it's just close enough to the snow that...
Which is intentional.
Oh, well, he did that in freaking episode 7, too.
He did.
He's such a chauvinistic little Skywalker.
He's a drama queen, just like his dad.
So, but the first dialogue we get... Oh, boy!
Oh, boy.
It's Palpatine!
It is Palps.
It is Palpatine.
Lovely.
It's good old Sheev. And he says, "Your journey."
I love it when you do a Palpatine voice. Your face is so funny.
So like we see the snowy planet, and this is what we see. Then the next shot we get is the giant ocean, and we get Kylo and Rey fighting on this heap of junk. And I'm just like, the only thing we see in the sea is that giant chunk of the Death Star. I'm feeling like it's gotta be. Like,
it's gotta be at this
point. Do you think this is the final battle?
No, it can't be.
See, someone made a parallel.
Many interesting things.
Someone made a parallel between this and episode 3. Because in episode 3...
It's like reverse Battle of Heroes.
Right! Except the lava's water. That's really interesting.
It's like playing the floor is lava in a pool.
Right, exactly. And I kind of like that. But, like, except that I don't want this to be the last battle.
You know what? Melting an entire planet of ice, it would cause some atmospheric, like, mess.
It would cause some thunder.
It would cause some stuff.
It brought the thunder.
Thunder.
So, we get the next... What?
What if Kylo's not going to fight Rey? What if... No, I mean in the scene with the thunder behind him. What if he's going to fight someone else?
Palpatine?
Possibly.
I don't know.
Possibly team.
Palpatine.
Palpatine.
Well, because it gets interesting. Because I mean, so we get the next half of that dialogue is, your journey nears its end. It's not nearly that theatrical, but that's the only way I know how to do Palpatine.
It's beautiful. This is the only way I know how to do Palpatine.
Then it cuts to black, and we hear Darth Vader.
And
this coupled with the fact that in the behind the scenes thing that they showed, not connected with this, but it was freaking Kylo Ren in a white room, which it's odd seeing that black boy in a white room, but he's opening a case, and in that case is Darth Vader's helmet, which was it's coming
so
back.
Incredible.
So it's what in the heck is happening? So
I don't know.
Like, I feel like we're gonna have to have some time to round up some theories, because there's a lot of good theories out there.
Yeah.
There's a good few theories out there, and I feel like we need to give it some attention. Yeah. So I'm thinking our next episode needs to be episode 9 theories and best guesses, because there's a lot out there, especially about this next scene.
Yeah,
because
it's a good one.
Well, before we get there,
yeah.
I know I introduced it and got it accepted.
How dare you?
Palpatine speaking. New dialogue.
New dialogue, yes.
This isn't just a cackle. This isn't just.
Then he's part of the poster.
Right, like they are emphasizing, like
it's Palpatine.
Palpatine, like
it's Palps.
His presence and legacy aren't just looming. Like he's gonna be here. And speaking of the dark side personified, Palpatine, good old Sheev, we get the next shot, which of course they knew they had to end this. And what's so funny is all the news articles that have been talking about this footage only mention this scene,
right?
Because they know it's going to get clicks. We get freaking dark side Rey.
Yes, we do.
We get dark side Rey with a double-bladed lightsaber, not just any double-bladed lightsaber. But like a temple guard style with Jing.
Fantastic!
Like,
it looks so cool.
It looks so. And then like she looks creepy.
She does.
Like she you look and she's got like some curves to her. Like she looks like, like the.
She looks sickly.
Right. Like it looks. Yeah. Well, what does the dark side do to you? Like. Now. And this is again like just real quick because we're going to talk about theories in the next episode.
Yeah.
Vision or real?
Vision.
Okay. We're in the same camp. We think it's a vision. Let us know what you think. Again, we're going to be going through theories. We're going to be talking about some theories overall in the next episode, because this could be a really, really long episode otherwise. But we'll talk some theories and some best guesses from the internet. So let us know yours as well. If you want to get featured in next week's episode, we'll throw your Twitter handle out there with your mention.
Yeah, we'll throw it against the wall, see if it sticks.
But yeah, then it just cuts to title card. Like they throw that out there and run away. Like,
bye.
Have it.
Yeah.
What's that mean? I don't know.
But
like, I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's evocative of like a switchblade, the way she like.
Oh yeah, she just does it. Like, it's so cool. It's so smooth. It's so nice.
I love the Temple Guard lightsabers. They are so cool looking.
It's so crazy.
It's like nunchuck lightsabers.
Oh yeah.
It's so cool.
It's incredible, and I knew something Rise of Skywalker was going to happen. We were due for something new. Much like I was saying last main show, in terms of I was not prepared for this.
Not at all.
I was not prepared for this. I was not I wasn't prepared. This is almost. No, it is. It's completely new footage. It's not what we saw in the last trailer.
Yeah.
Like, usually trailers have 60% same footage and just a little bit of new stuff.
And then you said it. Completely new dialogue from Palpatine.
Right. Like, it's all these things where it's just like, because I was talking to a friend of ours at work today where I'm like, I keep doubting, I'm like, I set the bar and I'm like, they're not really going to go there. They're not really going to do that. Like,
guess what, boy?
Like, yeah, Palpatine. Like, they're going ham.
They are
with this.
They're going ham. They're going cheese and turkey on some bread.
Incredible.
We getting a sandwich of content.
It's episode 9 is going to be incredible.
It's going to be.
Or as this title says, it's going to be crazy.
It's going to be insane.
Like, it's not just incredible, but like all of this stuff, when you really look at all of it, and it's just like.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I think that your heart is going to get up so high that at one point you're going to go Super Saiyan during the freaking movie.
I feel like there's not going to be any downtime.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like there's going to be like...
There's going to be no bathroom breaks during this film.
Oh, well, there never is.
No.
But like, I don't feel like there's a catch your breath moment. I feel like it's always going all the time until it ends, and it's going to still be like, what?
You better not bring your children to this film. You better not talk during this movie.
I need to buy out the whole theater. Like,
absolutely.
I need to...
I will personally whack you in the back of the head with a Darth Maul lightsaber if you talk during this movie.
Like, oh my gosh.
I will summon Ray Park.
Right.
And I will get him to whap you while Sam Witwer narrates.
I can't. I don't know. I'm going to be a mess with Star Wars for a while because, I mean, November we're getting The Mandalorian, we're getting freaking the Jedi Fallen Order, like, and I know they're on very different OMG feels levels, but it's still going to be big. It's the first like single player story we're getting from Star Wars in a long time.
Yeah.
Yes, Battlefront happened. It was really good, but it wasn't quite there. This is what we've been wanting for a while. Like, that's going to be big. The Mandalorian, gosh, go listen to our last episode. It's going to be big.
It's going to be huge.
And then this is coming a month later, and it's just like, oh my gosh.
It's overwhelming in such a good sense.
Oh, yeah.
It's
like, I'm not sick
thing.
of it at
Absolutely
all. But it's one of those things where it's just like, wow.
We are blessed.
What a time to be a Star Wars fan.
Hashtag blessed.
Oh my goodness. So.
Yeah.
But, go ahead.
We don't. I cry at very simple things. I cry a lot. I'm a very emotional person. I've cried at films before. We are both going to be.
Oh my gosh.
Sobbing.
I'm bringing my own boxes of tissue.
Yeah, we are each going to have one.
Right. I'm gonna have like a giant. Like,
yeah.
I'm freaking bringing a freaking roll of Bounty.
Exactly.
Like, I need that super absorbent stuff,
You're
man.
just gonna take an entire roll of toilet paper and just.
Are you cleaning the house? No, I'm cleaning these feels. Like, good. Oh my goodness.
Eyebrow comes off.
Right. Just intense clean. Oh my gosh.
We are gonna be awful.
If you can't tell how we feel, we're excited. Let us know
excited.
how you feel, though. And obviously, with all of this stuff, with the Star Destroyers, with the Dark Ray, with all of this, let us know on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Let us know whatever social media fits you best. What do you think?
Yeah.
What's your best guess? And like I said, next week we're going to be talking theories and all of that stuff. So hit us up with your theories as well. Let us know what you think it is, because we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And if you send it to us, we'll try and feature it. Now, I mean, we could be opening the floodgates. We can't promise everything will get in, but as much as we're able, we'll feature it and talk about it. And it's amazing. What a time to be a Star Wars fan, for sure. And the fact that we get to just sit here and talk about it.
Absolutely.
Like, goodness gracious. So, let us know, where do you fall in terms of your excitement level? Like, I'm at a 58.
I'm at a...
On a scale of 1 to 5, I'm a 58.
It's over and on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we mentioned earlier, we have Patreon. Discord is a great way, like, with sending us stuff, with sending us things that you would like featured or that could be featured. Discord's a much better way because there's so much traffic on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We can't always promise that we see everything or get to everything.
Mm-hmm.
But if you join our Patreon, you get in our Discord, and it's far more likely that your content will be featured, your opinions, your thoughts, your theories, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not just on episode 9, books, Rebels Rewatch, all of this stuff. We have little channels for everything, and you can be involved and get your voice heard in the herd by joining our Discord. And right now we're running that special. Get you a swag pack. Treat yourself.
Yeah.
You get that for any dollar amount you sign up for. You get a swag pack of special anniversary birthday goodies because we want to celebrate. Holy cow. Holy bantha. 1 year podcasting. It's incredible. And just excited for so much more. So celebrate with us. Check out our Patreon. Check out all of our other things. Obviously, we've got our YouTube channel here. If you're watching it, make sure that you like, subscribe, share it, all that good stuff. But if you're listening to the podcast, head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe there, and maybe listen to the episode again.
Yeah.
Number 1 for views. Number 2, because you might see all the pretty pictures that we post up.
Yeah.
And you'll see all the other content that ends up on YouTube that doesn't get to our podcast as well. We have a Twitch. That's where I'll be streaming this weekend.
In this eye.
Right. We have the Forrest Whitaker Twitch. Twitch is where I'll be streaming some Battlefront this weekend. We're also planning to stream some Lego and Lego Star Wars, I should specify. Obviously. Because what else will we be streaming? Also The Force Unleashed.
We do got a
we
lot
need to
of
get
Lego
back to
sets.
Yeah, that's true. We do need to get back to The Force Unleashed.
We
so,
do. I miss my boy.
Yeah, we got to get back to our little Sammy, who's so good at video games, guys.
So good. Like, it totally didn't take him like 5 tries to do a horde.
If you join us for a stream this weekend, we got no room to talk. I'm just going to be on. But, yeah, so all of that stuff, we're doing a lot, and we just hope to do better with Season 4 coming around the corner. So, and we're going to kick off Season 4 strong. Episode 9 Theories. Let's hit it.
It's just a theory.
A Star Wars theory. But
Yes.
that's next week. This week we're done.
Yeah.
My energy levels are depleted.
Absolutely.
Because here's the thing, you don't know. We've been recording a lot.
And then going to work.
Right, like, so,
Yeah.
I'm depleted. With all of this news and all of this stuff, oh boy.
Yeah.
Get me a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Speaking of game theory, be nice to Matt Pat, please.
He's sensitive.
It's
I
not
know,
just
I
that.
know,
It's
I know.
the fact that it's all in good
He's
fun.
got a lot of stuff.
He does.
Well, and it's just a theory. It's
Just a theory.
It's literally in the tagline, guys. It's just a theory.
Just try to. He's feeding his family.
Right.
His game family.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but theories next week.
Yeah.
Hit us up. Get in on the show. Other than that,
We're even going to talk about the film theory.
okay.
Yeah. I just decided.
Is there one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what
Sure.
people were mad about.
Okay, calm down. Gosh.
No. You're not my dad!
No, because that would be illegal.
You're being gross.
Anyway, this is legal. Listen to this podcast plenty and let people know you love it. Thanks for joining us. I've been your herd leader, John Wayne.
I have too many chins.
And stay scruffy, guys. Bye.
Cut that out, please. Bye.
Bye.
Cut that out, please.
No.
Please.